Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us in today's SAP FICO training video. This training is based on bank accounting, and within bank accounting, we are covering the topic of electronic bank statements. Today's date is November 12th, 2024. If these SAP FICO training videos are helping you on your SAP FICO training journey, please like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment in the chat. Let me know how many years of SAP FICO training experience you have. And as always, the information that I provide is in question and answer format. Without further delay, let's get into it. What is an electronic bank statement? A file that you receive from the house bank containing various bank transactions posted for a given period. What are some examples of transactions that appear on electronic bank statements? Deposits, withdrawals, and bank charges. How does SAP S/4HANA interact with the electronic bank statements? SAP reads this file and automatically makes postings based on this information. What postings does SAP make based on electronic financial statements? Postings to bank accounts, business partner accounts, and other general ledger accounts. What transaction is used to import a bank statement? FF_5. Menu path to import bank statement. Accounting, financial accounting, banks, input, bank statement, FF_5-import. SAP provides various standard formats for electronic bank statements. Some formats are international, some are country specific. Swift MT940 is the most common international format. You must check what format your bank is using and make changes if necessary. Menu path to configure bank statements. Financial accounting, bank accounting, business transactions, payment transactions, electronic bank statement, make global settings for electronic bank statement. All global settings for electronic bank statements are dependent on the chart of accounts. Enter the chart of accounts, then click the green checkbox. On the next screen, we will define the account symbols. Focus, account symbols. Here, we define the account symbols. What are account symbols? Groupings that you classify similar bank accounts under. Double-click a selection here to define the corresponding settings, and we're going to go through all of these. Double-click Create Account Symbols. Account symbols are already defined and are displayed here. Typical symbols are deposits, interest, checks received, checks out, etc. Double-click Assign Accounts to Account Symbol. Here, you can assign general ledger accounts to be posted for each account symbol. These accounts are assigned using masking. Plus is a wildcard. For example, ++++2 means accounts ending in 2. That concludes account symbols. For our next topic, within electronic bank statements, let's cover posting rules. Focus, posting rules. What are posting rules? They define how bank transactions should be posted and are identified with 4-character codes called posting keys. Double-click Create Keys for Posting Rules. Here, you can create the posting keys for posting rules by clicking New Entries. Double-click Define Posting Rules. Here, for each posting rule, you can define which account symbols should be posted should be posted on the debit and credit side with which posting keys. Let me read that again. Here, for each posting rule, you can define which account symbols should be posted on the debit and credit side with which posting keys. You can also specify the document type to be used for the posting and the type of account, such as general ledger account or subledger account. This concludes posting rules. For our next topic within electronic bank statements, let's cover transaction types. Focus. Transaction types. What are transaction types? They are used to classify similar bank transactions. How are transaction types defined and assigned? Defined in SAP system, assigned to external transaction types that are defined by a bank. And I'm putting that on next slide. How are external transaction types defined? By banks. Where are external transaction types found? In the electronic bank statement file. Same menu path to configure bank statements. Financial accounting, bank accounting, business transactions, payment transactions, electronic bank statement, make global settings for electronic bank statement. Enter the chart of accounts. Just like before, double click Create Transaction Type. Here, you can name the transaction types. To create a transaction type, you must have researched the external transaction types provided by your bank and have a clear strategy for how you will assign them. To assign the transaction type to posting rules, click the gray box next to the transaction type to select it. Then double-click Assign External Transaction Types to Posting Rules. Here, you assign external transaction types to your transaction types. Also, assign the posting rule identified by the posting key to the external transaction and transaction type. You can also set a plus or minus sign to be applied to the amount from the bank statement and interpretation algorithm, which is used to identify open items in SAP S/4HANA. The processing type defines the type of amount. Example, opening balance, inflow, outflow, closing balance, etc. Double-click Assign Bank Accounts to Transaction Types. Here, you assign bank keys and bank accounts to transaction types. This lets the system know which bank accounts to update based on the transaction type. This concludes transaction types. For our next topic within electronic bank statements, let's cover reprocessing rules. Focus. Reprocessing rules. What is the new function that uses reprocessing rules that started with SAP S/4HANA 2020? You can set the sequence of allocation and interpretation algorithms to find open matching statement items in order to clear them. How does the reprocessing rule work? It first tries to find matching open items with the first algorithm. If unsuccessful, it uses the second, and so on until it finds matching open items. Then it sends them to clearing. What must be activated to enable the use of reprocessing rules? SAP Cash Application Integration. In SAP Cash Application, A part of the is SAP Cash application a part of the standard SAP S/4HANA license? No, it requires a separate license. How are reprocessing rules managed? SAP Fiori App F3555 Manage Bank Statement Reprocessing Rules. What can be done in the Manage Bank Statement Reprocessing Rules app? You can create and manage bank statement reprocessing rules to perform general ledger account postings. This is the graphical user interface of the app in Fiori. That concludes reprocessing rules. For our final topic within electronic bank statements, let's cover editing journal entries during simulation. Focus: editing journal entries during simulation. What Fiori app gives you the ability to edit journal entries while simulating a posting? The Reprocess Bank Statement Items app F1520. This is the graphical user interface for the app in SAP Fiori. To simulate a posting, click More, Edit, Simulate Posting. After the simulation, you can change the value of some fields and add information to the journal entries before posting the document with the changes. That concludes editing journal entries during simulation and this training video. Thank you. And as always, if these videos are helping you on your SAP FICO training journey, please like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment in the chat. Let me know how many years of SAP FICO training you have. Thank you all for your time. Until next time, as always, peace.